Hello everyone, this is Nick Lump. This video is being recorded on Friday morning, September 13th. It's a little after 10 a.m. And the market action earlier this week, changed my view. I really don't think we're going to see that pullback that I was expecting, which I talked about in the video 2 weeks ago, down to that 1560, 1580 range on the S&P 500. So just wanted to show you what was going on and why I no longer expect that. So, this market all year has been very strong and very resilient, and really, I haven't seen it like this since the 1990s. Let me show you what's going on here. This is a chart of the S&P 500. This is back in February. What you can see is we put in a high here, did a little pullback, and this shaded box I put to indicate really where the area of resistance should be. And what happened was we rallied back up to it, and then we gapped right on over it, and we kept on running. And that means that rather than opening the next day where we closed on the previous day, the futures rallied overnight, and stocks just opened up higher the next morning and kept on running and never looked back. And really this has been doing this the whole year, and I've indicated this. I'll zoom out. Indicated this a few times here. In April, same thing. We gapped right on over it. A few points here in June, and each time gapped into it, gapped over it, jumped right on over it, and again here. So put in this window, this gap lower, the shaded area, rallied up to it, and we jumped right on over it on Tuesday. This is telling me really that the likelihood of that drop down to that 1560, 1580 area is probably unlikely to occur now. So I stepped in. I did some new buying on a few new positions. And really this is setting up, I think the market is setting up pretty nicely for a rally into the end of the year, which is, great news for, because we're invested, because we own stocks. It's unfortunate. I was actually hoping for that pullback because, I always have my shopping list of companies that I'd love to pick up and buy as they fall to lower prices, but sometimes you got to take what the market gives you. Now, a market like this has been one where it's very resilient, just kind of a slow grind higher. Really the steepest pullback we've seen is only about 7%, where you usually see one about 10% in a year. What happens is this is very prone to a sharp, unexpected drop. So that is in the back of my mind, but the fundamentals have been improving to the point where, like I said, I think we will see a rally into year end, and I think we'll see that continue into 2014. So while it's a low chance of that is in the back of my mind that if we get a sharp flush lower, I will step in and do a bit more buying. Like I said, I always have my list of companies that I'd love to buy more of, so that would be an opportunity. Really, why I think we're going to see a rally into year end is because we have a lot of events coming up that people are still nervous about. But the thing is, what makes investing in the stock market so difficult is it seems very illogical. But the market is always looking ahead, and really they say 6 to 9 months. So next week is the Fed's decision on will they taper their bond purchases, the amount of quantitative easing. I think what you're going to see is as we approach all of these events and hit them, the market should rally off that and rally right through it. The reason why is, when we became nervous about the Fed and its decision was back here at the start of May, and we've already seen the pullback and the, really the nervousness and the reset from that event. So this is something that everyone has been digesting for a few months now, and unless Ben Bernanke comes out with, a surprise announcement of something like completely ending their bond purchases, all 85 billion, that's something that could send the market lower. But otherwise, if it's in that, the 10 to 20 billion range, which is what expected, that's old news almost. So when the market is looking ahead, should be, we're past that event now. It's just the likelihood of good news to come, and that's why it really will rally, I think, through that. So like I said, I think that I would welcome if we did get that fall lower. I think it'd be a good time to step in and buy more stocks, but I think the likelihood of that is much lower after this week. and I think things are setting up nicely for this rally to continue.